This might get awkward. Episode 12 with Doc J and Coach C. We bring the heat. Let's start the drama tonight. Unpopular opinions, yeah, we ready to fight. Taste court in session, better plead your case right. Valid, questionable, or straight to jail, no rights. Ranch is overrated, yeah, we said what we said. Breakfast anytime, keep them pancakes fed. Pineapple on pizza, got the whole room split. Cereal soup debate, yeah, we diving in quick. Step up and defend. Taste court, deciding how the story going. Taste court, step inside. No place to run, no place to hide. Dr. J, Coach C, come catch the vibe. This might get awkward, we be going live.
Hello, party
evening.
people.
Hello.
Welcome. Welcome to the show if you are watching. This might get awkward. Well, welcome to Taste Court. Doc J, what are we talking about today? What's on the dock?
We
Pun
are
intended.
we are going to do a little bit of taste court, and this is where your opinions are not just heard, we're going to judge them. You will be declared valid, questionable, or go straight to jail. Tonight, friendships may end, families may divide.
Ooh.
And someone out there is definitely putting ketchup on their eggs right now. So let's get started.
Blasphemy. That's just disgusting. Ketchup on eggs, who does that?
I know.
No comment.
So,
I just got to note that no comment button is on. Uh-oh.
We'll get that fixed. But while we're at that, we've been sharing our email and asking for viewers to write in if they're not on to share with us. And I have a story. It's about pineapple on pizza.
She got a story.
I got a story, and it's from a viewer who will not be named. And it's called The Pineapple on Pizza, The Betrayal Story. Now, I'm going to have a hard time reading this because I love pineapple on pizza, but so I'm just going to go ahead and tell their story, but it's not my opinion. It's their story. So it says, I need to tell you about the time I trusted someone and they betrayed me in the worst possible way. We ordered pizza and I said, just pepperoni. And they said, yeah, same. Pizza shows up, open the box, and there it is. Pineapple. I didn't even know what to say. I just stared at them like, who hurt you? So what do you say, viewers? We got a few of you on here, and pineapple on pizza. Is that a valid questionable thing, or is it going straight to jail? Hey everyone. Hi Andrew.
Straight to jail sounds fun.
So what about you, Coach C?
Well,
do you do pineapple on pizza?
I can tell you pineapple on pizza. I never knew it was a thing until I lived in Seattle. And if you don't know Seattle is definitely a melting pot of different cultures, different folks, different strokes, all that kind of fun stuff. But that's the first place that I had pineapple on pizza. And I remember first going over to one of my friend's houses, and he's like, oh, come on over for pizza. And, here's a kid that came from New York and Chicago. And I'm like, oh, yeah, pizza. I get there, and it's like a freaking fruit salad on some dough with some pasta sauce, or, spaghetti sauce or pizza sauce, whatever you want to call it. And I'm like, I look at it and I'm like, look disgusted. And I remember my friend's parents were like, what? Do you not like pizza? I'm like, that's not pizza. That's an abomination right there. That's not pizza. And they're like, well, just try it. And I was like, did you not order any cheese? They're like, well, you can take the pineapple and the cheese off. I'm like, well, that defeats the purpose. I'm Italian. I need cheese. I mean, I don't get a third love handle if I don't eat cheese. So like, so I did end up trying it though. And I absolutely ended up loving it. The worst part is though, when I came back to Chicago after living in Seattle and I was out with some friends and stuff, I think we were at somebody's house and we're like, hey, let's order some pizza. And I asked for Canadian bacon and pineapple. And they were like, looked at me and they're like, oh, what the hell's wrong with you? And it wasn't a thing back here in Chicago yet. It wasn't something where people just ordered that because it wasn't the norm. But it's since become a thing. But yeah, that was kind of my first foray into weird stuff on pizza that you never think would go well, but it's freaking delicious. I'd
It
love to know what
is.
anybody else out there thinks. Though, do you love it? Do you hate it? Is it blasphemy? Is it you've never tried it, so you're just going to judge it anyway? Like,
So I
what's the
think
scoop on pineapple on your pizza?
so. Andrew is saying nope. He's sending all his friends and family to jail if they show up with pineapple. We got Rob on
Wow.
here, and he though is saying pineapple on pizza is delicious. The sweet is a perfect
Okay.
complement to salty, savory flavors. It's legit. So,
Okay. Like that.
oh,
Yeah. And
Jennifer is sharing that she's never actually tried it, but she judges it.
oh,
Yeah.
okay. Judgy Jennifer. That's the duty of your hand down for this. You're guilty. Go straight to jail and pay a fine. It's Judge Jennifer. Well, Jennifer, you're gonna have to try it and let us know. Now, I have a question though. Do you like pineapple on its own? Yeah, is pineapple a thing on its own? Do you like because if you don't like pineapple in general, you're not gonna like
True,
pineapple on
true.
pizza. So
We
that's the
can't
question I
send
have
them
for
to
Jennifer and
jail.
anybody else out there.
Hmm. Oh,
No, right?
Andrew.
You
Andrew's never tried it.
oh, all right. But yet he's gonna throw people in jail for bringing it with him. Hmm. Judgy Jennifer, Judgy Andrew, or what would it be called? Awkward Andrew? I don't know.
I don't know. I
And
love
for those of you,
pineapple. Yeah. Go ahead.
go for it. No, no, go ahead.
I
I'm trying to fix
I
our comments
love
thing here for some reason.
I love pineapple, Canadian bacon, and mushrooms. That is my favorite pizza. I love it.
Okay. Little known fact: pizza is the only place I'll eat mushrooms. And I'm not a big mushroom fan.
Mm.
Something about the texture of it, something about the look of it, just a little bit weird. Looks like you're kind of to our point about aliens. I think mushrooms are completely an alien plant or an alien delicacy or something they brought down here just to trick us into eating it. But on pizza, when it's hot, mm,
Oh, I read somewhere that mushrooms can get sunburned and that they share like 30 or 40% DNA with humans.
what?
Yeah, that's my
So do you?
fun mushroom fact.
So if you're in that event, if you're growing mushrooms, do you put sunscreen on? Like I put sunscreen on my
Ooh,
tattoos. I put SPF 1000 because I just don't want them to go away. Do you put that
yeah.
on mushrooms too? And does that alter the taste?
Is that butter?
Right?
And garlic?
Could be. Yeah. I mean, I guess if you use like the spray stuff, that's just like cooking spray that you put on your skin. You know,
True.
then
True.
maybe. But what if you put the coconut stuff? Does it then do mushrooms taste like coconuts and taste absolutely delicious? Ooh, we've got something there.
Hmm.
Now we're
We
not
do.
recommending that you try it because if anything happens to your health, you are not responsible. That's
Oh,
on you
breaded.
there, folks.
Jennifer says breaded mushrooms. But Jeff joined in and
Okay, okay,
said
yeah.
pineapple's not great. Not for me. Sorry. That's why we order two different pizzas. Uh, Jennifer only eats cooked mushrooms, not raw. Well, do you put cooked mushrooms on your pizza or uh,
Hmm.
instead of pineapple? And Andrew likes sausage, pepperoni, and bacon extra crispy. Andrew, you and Jeff should have a pizza together. That sounds like a Jeff pizza.
So the meat lovers extraordinaire
Hmm.
is what we're saying.
And it looks like Jennifer likes breaded mushrooms.
Okay, I do like fried mushrooms, like the breaded fried mushrooms, kind of like fried pickles. I will say
Hmm.
that's pretty freaking delicious.
Good.
You know what's really weird is that on Facebook the comments are showing, or not Facebook, YouTube, the comments are showing on the stream. On the stream here, they're not showing.
Hmm. Very
It's showing
strange.
actually on the side. There we go. Okay, let me see. Let me see what I can do here. Anyway, keep talking, Doc J.
I'll just keep on talking. So the other thing that I was going to say, so Is pineapple on pizza valid, questionable, or jail? Everybody watching, throw that into the chat. You say valid, questionable, or jail. I want to vote.
Ooh.
I'm the judge.
Judge
Judge
Doc
Doc
J.
J.
Does that really work? Don't Judge J.
I don't know. Judge J's.
Judge J's. All right. Well, there we go. All right. And I figured out the whole comment thing. So we're good to go there. We're good.
Good.
I like
All
mushrooms on
right.
pizza. I'm a veggie girl on pizza. Okay. Jail. Jail. All right. Is it because of the whole veggies thing? Like if you eat vegetables too healthy, go to jail?
Yes.
Valid. Love it. All right, Christy. Nice.
Thank
Absolutely
you, Christy. I
loving it.
knew you'd be there for me.
So, got another question about pizza. As we're talking about pizza, a lot of people have like a fetish with ranch, where they'll put ranch on absolutely everything, whether it's cereal, eggs, pizza. What's everybody's thoughts on ranch with pizza, or just ranch in general? Like, what are some of the, I guess, weirder things that you put ranch on, and don't say your significant other, don't say your dog or your pet, or maybe do, because that's really awkward. But where do you put? What foods do you put ranch on? And if nobody's going to
Well,
comment, you're just going to lie and say that you don't put ranch on stuff. Liar. That's just
uh-oh.
Doc J. That explains the sly smile there.
Yeah, ranch is life. I love ranch.
All right.
Yeah,
I do love
ranch is pretty
ranch.
fun. It's not my favorite salad dressing though, but I love it with pizza. I put it on chicken fajitas the other night. I
Okay.
just like it. I like the
Hey, nothing
flavors
wrong with
of
that.
it.
Love
Yeah,
it.
breaded mushrooms, onion rings, pretty much anything fried, French fries.
I like it.
I
And
How
I do
about
like it with
anyone else?
fries. I like it with fries. I like it with wings.
Yeah.
Definitely to cut some of the bite sometimes. And I love it with vegetables. Not a huge like cold vegetable eater, but when I've got a side of ranch, holy crap! Watch out, you might lose a finger. Burritos,
So I have a fun fact.
burritos.
Yeah, Chris Priscilla. Yes, yes.
Okay,
You've
ranch
heard.
on burritos. Interesting.
I have a fun fact though about ranch, okay? Kind of like the
Okay.
mushrooms. So, you know, there's something about ranch dressing that's like tied to the Midwest and specifically Michigan, and that's what you hear about a lot. But ranch dressing was actually invented by this guy named Steve, who he had a ranch called Hidden Valley Ranch. But however, there's like a cult like obsession with dipping everything, especially pizza, and that kind of really started in Michigan and then it spread to like, Illinois, Wisconsin, obviously not Ohio, but yeah, in the Midwest. And many people cite Michigan as the epicenter of the trend. So, yeah, I guess because I have family that I kind of had in Michigan, maybe it's in my DNA. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah,
So that's
each
my
his own.
fact.
I
Yeah.
like it. Well, while we're on that tip there, if you're not putting ranch on everything, what is some kind of topping that you put on everything? What's something that you like that you think, just even if it's not like commonplace, even if it's not like the thing to do, that people put on everything? I know for me, I'm trying to think of what I could eat. Probably hot sauce.
Mm,
Hot sauce, love hot sauce, especially like Taco Bell's mild sauce. I might not like Taco Bell for the inner food fight that goes on, but like Taco Bell sauce on an omelet.
mm.
Oh, I might need to change my shorts. But that's absolutely delicious. I also like it on chicken. Yeah. Learn something about Coach C. Salsa, Taco Bell sauce, make some changes pants. What does Jeff say here? Ketchup and barbecue sauce. Yes, Jeff. Barbecue sauce. Oh, absolutely delicious. Now, Jeff, do you mix the two together? And do you call it barbecue sauce? Salsa and guac and eggs all day. Okay, I can agree with that. I can get behind that.
Mhm.
I like that. Yeah, I feel like guac's one of those things that can pretty much go with most foods except for like maybe cereal or oatmeal. Then again, I've never
That
tried
would
it,
be
so I
great.
can't really judge it. Judgy Coach C. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Wouldn't be prudent.
No.
No,
He
sir. All
doesn't.
right, so Jeff doesn't mix them. Andrew agrees with the hot sauce. Nice, Andrew. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you, as far as hot sauces, Andrew, do you like really, really hot sauces? Like the kind that, basically leave Mount St. Helens down under? Or do you just like the mild stuff that's just like tasty and gives it a flavor?
Oh my gosh. I have a story about hot sauce and screech. When I was in
Okay.
college, when I was in college, Dustin Diamond came to my college to do a little stand-up thing. And
Wow.
I was able to be one of the people that got to go out to Buffalo Wild Wings with him and a few other people. And he ordered the hottest sauce you can order at Buffalo Wild Wings. I don't even know what it's called. And
Okay.
he ate like 20 wings with the hottest sauce. And I don't know. I like hot sauce, but
Hmm.
not that much. But that's my screech and hot sauce story. I have a lot of
I
stories
like that.
tonight.
It's good stories. It's good stories.
Good
Yeah, we
stories.
had there's a place in I think it's Arlington Heights, maybe it's Mountain Prospect called the Sports Page. And they have these atomic wings that are supposed to be some of the hottest wings around somewhere in the
Mm.
suburbs. And my friends and I decided it'd be a phenomenal idea to go there and see who could eat the most wings. And but it had to be the hottest. And they were the bone-in stuff, so you'd figure, not a lot of meat, not a lot of hot sauce. Oh my god, these things were drenched in sauce, which is absolutely fantastic. But I can tell you, we took bets on who got sick first the next day, and I don't mean like
Mm.
throwing up. I mean just sick in the stomach. Um, and that was yours truly.
Oh.
So yeah, it was one of those like woke up at 3 in the morning, stomach going, "I hate you," and you're like, "Oh, who? Hello."
Mm-hmm.
and,
Mm-hmm.
and it just kept doing that, and you do the roly poly in the bed, like, it'll just get better if I lay this way. Maybe the fetal position will help. Maybe if I put my legs up. No, nothing helped.
Mm.
So just brutal. But hot sauce, gotta love it. Hot honey on pizza, yes. There
Yes.
used to be a brand, I think it was called Surfer Pizza or something like that, that Walmart actually used to carry. It was Little Yachty's, if you know who Little Yachty is, he's a rapper. Hot honey pizza. And it was absolutely delicious. The crust had some hot honey in it. It was amazing. And then they
Ooh.
discontinued making it
Mm.
because that's what we do. We discontinue things that taste good. We're like, people like that. It's selling out. Get rid of it. Kind of like,
Yeah.
as we're on the hot sauce tip, has anybody ever tried back in the day at KFC? They had the spicy candy apple boneless wings. Let that
No,
sink in
that
for
sounds
let that
good.
let that sink in for a minute. Yeah, it was almost like you were eating a candy apple. It was like the wings were like glazed in like a reddish kind of maroonish hue. But
Oh,
it
wow.
tasted like it literally tasted like a spicy candy apple. And you can find
Huh.
recipes online with it. It just never quite tastes the same. But yeah, again, they used to
Huh.
sell like hotcakes, one of the most popular flavors, and discontinued it. So
Unbelievable.
apparently everything I like to eat gets discontinued. So don't go out to eat with me because you probably will lose your food.
Cool.
That
All right.
yeah. Cool. Never going out to dinner with you again. Woo. Can't
Mm.
wait. Softball trips. Woo.
Fried pickles. Okay. So,
Oh, yeah.
we had another viewer write in. I'm not saying whether or not they're on right now, but so their question, like, so the thing they wanted to talk about was, is cereal soup? They wanted to talk about that.
Cereal soup.
So I guess at work they eat cereal every day at their desk. I don't know. They're minding their own business, and someone said, "So you're eating soup for breakfast?" Because, like, and they were like, "Huh?" Because technically, is it soup? I mean, it's liquid, stuff's floating in it. You're eating it with a spoon, and they're like, "I don't know." So they want that judged. Is cereal soup, or are we overthinking life?
Yes, put it in the channel. Is it soup or are you overthinking? Or if there's
Yeah.
another creative name you have for it, feel free to throw that in there too. But is it soup? That's a good
That
question.
made me think about it too, because there's cold soup like
Yeah,
gazpacho,
gazpacho.
and I mean that's soup, and you put
So maybe
things in it. Yeah, I don't know.
you can have lucky gazpacho, gazpacho flakes, raisin gazpacho flakes, or bran. I mean, there's so many different things like Captain Gazpacho Crunch.
Gazpacho is great.
They're spicy. They're not soup.
Okay, Jennifer
Overthinking
thinks,
life. All
yeah,
right.
Jennifer thinks that. How about some of the other people that just joined? We're talking about, is cereal soup? So hit us up on the comments and let us know. Is that an overthinking? This is a viewer that shared this story with us.
I like it. I would see for me, I'd probably consider it more of like a gazpacho.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure if you go to the restaurant or whatever, they're like, "Oh, would you like, what would you like? Oh, like I'd like a half sandwich and some cereal soup or some cereal gazpacho."
And some Fruit Loops in milk.
Yes, I would. I mean, maybe it's a I was going to say disgusting, but maybe it's a delicious combo. Never tried a sandwich and some soup and some cereal.
Well, when I was little and we were in France, we always had to boil the milk, and so it was hot. So we would have cereal and the milk would be hot. So that made me think about that too. Like, okay, it wasn't cold. It wasn't a cold breakfast. It was hot and it was like
Hmm,
soup. Hmm.
interesting. Yeah, that's definitely an interesting concept.
Yeah.
Soup, cereal. I mean, yeah, I could see how it could be. I mean, they do
All
have
right.
alphabet soup and they have
They
alphabet
do.
cereal. So is it like
They
just
do.
one's a hot cereal, one's a hot soup, the other one's a cold soup?
Maybe. So
Um,
everybody in the chat, is that valid or is that like go to jail?
Christy says, yuck, with the green face.
And Jeff says it's
Cereal.
cereal, not soup. Soup is soup. Sheesh.
Love it.
Way to be in the middle, Jennifer. Interesting take.
Interesting take on it, though. Yes, it definitely is an interesting take.
Well, moving from that, if we're not getting those votes in right now,
Wait a
I
minute. Yeah.
I have never understood ketchup on eggs.
Hmm.
And I don't put ranch on eggs. But I put salsa, but not ranch. And I put hot sauce on eggs, but not ketchup. Does anybody else put ketchup on their eggs?
Hmm. I know I don't. I know I think my son has done that once or twice. I think it's the whole I don't know, it's the whole sweet thing with I mean, I guess it's probably one of those things like if you ever gone out to eat and you have like hash browns and stuff
Yeah.
and you put ketchup on your hash browns that they a little bit goes on the eggs, like do you not eat that piece? Do you like relegate it into the pits of hell and you're like, no, can't do that. It's got ketchup on there. No, not my eggs. Or there you go. We got Chris says, heck no. Christy loves it. Dad used to put ketchup on everything.
Mm.
That explains the hair gel. Jeff says ketchup on eggs is fantastic. All right. gonna have to try. I mean, I tried it before. It's not something like I would layer on my eggs,
Mm-hmm.
like just smother it on there and be like, yeah, ketchup and eggs. But I have to say, it's not terrible. To your point, though, Dr. J, I prefer salsa.
Yeah.
With a little bit of kick. So then it's just got a little bit of sweet and the sour, salty, right?
Well, because eggs are kind of slippery, and so is ketchup. So that's strange to me. Like salsa has a little oomph to it, you know? It's got chunks.
Mm. Oomph.
Oomph.
Ooh, chunks. That could be the next song. Chunks, chunks, It's at the club. Chunks, 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 chunks.
Okay, so what's the worst thing anyone's seen someone put on eggs, though? Is there like a worst of something?
Cigarettes. No. The worst thing
Dog.
that somebody's
I don't know.
kind of
Dog.
worst thing
poop.
I've ever dog poo. Okay, well maybe it's possible. One of the not necessarily the worst things, but I have to say, like whenever you're out anywhere eating or whatever, and you see somebody get an omelet or whatever, the one thing I never understand that probably just seems a little bit disgusting, like it's all about it's cool. You have the people that literally open up the bottle and just start like dumping it on.
Mhm.
First they go with the salt layer, then they go with the pepper layer. Like I can't imagine how that could taste good,
Yeah.
right?
It's
And
actually
it's
like
like,
if you add salt or pepper, like like especially salt before you taste it, that's actually like to a chef really rude.
yeah,
Yeah, it does
yeah, because you're just telling them that the seasoning they put on there is just crap, and
before you tasted
before you
it.
even taste it.
Yeah,
Right. Like, no, yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. I just spent so much time doing this and you just completely shit on it in 2.2 seconds.
right. So Jeff says mix the eggs with hash browns and some ketchup. Yep, good stuff. And Jennifer said you sound like you're in a tunnel. There you were just in a tunnel. It's the aliens. They're
I
still
am at a
coming.
tunnel.
They're coming after us from last week.
I am at my folks' house and I've got the dog over here and their internet. I didn't think there was possible to have a worse internet than mine, but yeah, it's pretty shitty. So if I sound like I'm in a tunnel, just pretend that I'm driving along the Sunset Beach and somewhere in California, top down, wind waving in my, dyed orangish brown hair. And hey, it's better than the blue. The looked like I dipped my head in a Smurf's ass last week. So
Wait, I thought that's what you did.
I, you're not supposed to say that, Doc J.
Oh,
Don't
sorry.
give away my beauty secrets.
That was
Okay,
awkward.
my beauty secrets are that's awkward.
Was it Doc or Papa Smurf?
Well,
Just kidding.
Doc and Dappa Smurf.
Doppler Smurf.
It's Judge Smurf.
Mhm.
So now we talked about ranch, we talked about salsa, we talked about eggs. Something I want to talk about is wings. Now,
Mhm.
Jennifer, I know you don't eat wings unless they're maybe tofu wings if they make those. But wings, especially the boneless kind, would you consider those? Do you consider them wings, or do you consider them chicken nuggets? Because there's a remarkable similarity between the two, even though, like, boneless wings aren't necessarily shaped into like little dinosaurs or anything fun like that.
Mhm.
But what would you consider them? Do you consider boneless wings just chicken nuggets that are just fancy so they can charge a hell of a lot? Or do you separate the two? What happens in Mexico stays in Mexico. Okay.
I I
All
don't
right, Jennifer.
I think that boneless wings are chicken nuggets with a marketing team that sat around in a meeting and they were like, you know what nuggets need? A rebrand. That's what I think.
Yeah, nuggets are too close to nutsack. We should name them something else. Boneless wings. Yes, we got it. Woo! We got a hit on our hands. Boneless wings. I mean, because they're not really. That's the thing is they're not really wings, right?
No, they're chunks of
Like the
chicken.
way. Yes, yes. But it's such a great marketing play though. Boneless
I
wings.
mean,
Like no,
you,
boneless chicken chunks.
you can toss nuggets in sauce, and then are they boneless wings?
Yes, you can. Maybe. Um, Yeah, I don't know. It's just such a, I don't know. I guess the marketing team probably sat down. My guess is they went through a conversation. They're like, "What do we call these things? Boneless chicken chunks? No, that sounds disgusting.
Chunks.
Boneless chicken blobs? Yeah. Boneless fried chicken blobs? No. Little tiny chicken boobs? No. Boneless chicken wings? Yes." And then the one guy that brought up, or the one woman that brought up, and was like, "Well, but aren't they're not really wings?" They probably were fired immediately. Get out there, Susan. These are boneless wings, damn it.
Susan was like, I want tofurkey wings.
I need healthier wings, but you're just going to deep fry them. So it's turkey. Okay. All right, Susan, go sit in the corner. You and your tofurkey wings. They're boneless wings. Chicken wings or chicken wings? Yes. Chicken wang. If you're in the South, they're chicken wangs.
Let's see. Jeff said they're boneless wings. Oh, yuck tofu.
I would not eat that yuck tofu. You don't eat edible sponges? Come on, Jennifer. What the hell? Yeah.
So everybody
That's the take.
we're talking about our boneless wings, nuggets, our nuggets boneless wings. Talk amongst yourself.
Boneless nugget. Talk about your boneless nugget wings.
Chunks.
Except for Jennifer. She wouldn't eat that. Chunks of chicken. Chunks of chicken. Now I have a question too for you. As we're talking about chicken, you marinate on your boneless chicken blobs. When you have a chicken breast, do you butterfly it if you put it on the grill? Because some people believe in butterflying it to open it up, it cooks faster and stays juicy. Blah blah blah. Other people say,
Uh-oh. He disappeared. I'm sorry, folks. We're coming back soon. I'm not sure where he went or what he was going at. Wings have to have a bone in it. I agree with you, Christy. Yeah. Chris, you agree with Jeff. Okay. The tunnel sucked him in. I don't know. We've been having weird things happen ever since we talked about aliens and Kardashians last week. His hair turned blue. Like it's been a weird week, guys. So, yeah. So what is the verdict? Are nuggets boneless wings? What do you guys think?
"Am I back?"
You're back. So you're muted.
Oh, what the heck?
There you go. So moving on from boneless chicken chunks, I know you were starting to talk a little bit about filleting chicken breasts. So where were you going with that? We kind of lost you.
Yeah. We got a little tunnel sucked me in. Yes, Jennifer, the tunnel sucked me in. No, I was saying for chicken breast, because a lot of people have different methodologies of cooking. Did they probe you, buddy? Only by choice. Only by choice, Jeff. Only because I asked nicely. And they had peanut butter. But anyway, chicken breasts. The proper way to cook a chicken breast on the grill. Is it to keep it all together so the juices stay in as one, and then you end up risking burning the outside, or do you fillet it for speed?
I personally like a nice, firm, thick breast that gets grilled.
Yes. Okay. So you keep it intact, keep it full.
Yep.
Is what we're saying here. Okay. Can respect that. What about anybody else on here? Does anybody else fillet their breast, or do they put it on the grill whole, or do we just move on to a different topic? Because now it's just completely just.
That's awkward.
Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's awkward. Well, Doc J, we can move on. I'm over my chicken.
Are you?
I'm done with
Well,
it. I
it
am.
sometimes
Yeah,
takes people a little bit of time to respond. Oh, new topic
that's
because I
true.
have jokes. You already know the new
Ooh,
topic that you're gonna joke about?
this chicken walked
Cool.
into a bar and said, "Will you do it?" All
Am I a
right.
chunk or am I a nugget?
Anywho,
All right, so next one. Let's talk about hot dogs. Are they sandwiches? A hot
hmm.
dog on a bun. Is it a sandwich?
And what would the sandwich be called? Would it be named? Would it be something after what hot dogs are made of?
Well, it's like we say, I want a ham sandwich, I want a turkey sandwich, I want a egg salad sandwich, and then we just say, I want a hot dog, and then we say, do you want a bun?
Hmm.
Kind of like a taco, and we say, do you want a shell? But if it's in a shell, is it a sandwich?
No, but you know what they say
Somebody,
is in a hot dog, right?
what? What?
The growing rumor, or I guess the slang way to say it is they say it's the lips and the asshole of the pig.
What?
So do you
I didn't know
say I'd like
that.
a lips and asshole sandwich? Yeah, that's the common. I think I don't know if it's a misnomer or what, but it's the common thing that you'll hear people say. If you ever ask anybody what is a hot dog made from, they'll say, "Oh, it's the leftover parts, like the lips and the asshole."
Hmm,
That's a
delicious.
truism. So in that case, are you asking for excuse me, sir, but I have a lips and asshole sandwich on a
And
bun
wait, what, Christy?
and
They're
earthworms.
also
Wow,
made with
you
earthworms?
just took it to a whole new level, Christy.
I
It
need
was
to
bad
verify
enough with
that.
the yes, Doc J. Please do some medical research there if you would. Let's find what hot
I
dogs are
am.
really made out of. See if there's earthworms.
Uh-oh,
Hot dogs are
uh-oh.
hot dogs. Chicken wings are chicken wings. Boneless wings are boneless wings. Cereal is cereal, and soup is soup. And Jeff is Jeff. Why? Because damn it, people like him. Now you know why I don't eat that, especially after this conversation. Yes, that is our goal with this conversation, is to completely ruin foods for people. Nobody will eat pineapple on pizza anymore. Nobody's going to eat the lips and asshole sandwich, or put ketchup on eggs, or use ranch for anything anymore. So we may get Doc J. We might have the big food companies knocking on our door, because when they stop selling as much ranch and ketchup and all this other stuff, we might have a problem. She's
Oh.
researching. She's researching.
I don't know if I'm gonna eat anymore. Hmm.
Nah, I told you. It's disgusting. But now you have to tell our audience, what did you find? And
Well,
just a
I
little
don't know.
caution.
I don't know if where Christy saw that. Like, there's some things that say that's not true, but
Hmm.
it does say that worms are not a staple food in Western cultures, but they are a common food choice in other cultures. So there are worms in certain types of food, just maybe not what we are getting at our
Hmm.
grocery stores. Um,
Well, they're known to
and
be full of fiber and proteins in other countries.
yeah, I don't know.
Would you
I
like a
think
worm
that,
dog sandwich? Okay.
wow, I don't know. Christy, you're going to have to share more about that because I can't find it.
Okay.
I
Well, we
I
still
think
didn't
it's
answer the
a, yeah,
question, though, if
no.
hot dogs are a sandwich, or if they're nothing like a good hot dog, especially in our area. Yes. But that's, again, the question is it a sandwich? Is a hot dog a sandwich? Yes, no, or go straight to jail.
Because you put condiments on it.
True. And you can also put condiments on a sandwich, right?
Hmm.
But then again, it also begs the question, is a burger a sandwich too? Because you're putting meat on bread
Yes.
with condiments. Man, so many perplexing thoughts. So many foods that could be a sandwich. No,
We
just
are
no. Wow. Very passionate about that, Jeff.
Oh. Here's from the USDA. Ready? The
Okay.
USDA defines a sandwich as a meat poultry filling between two slices of bread or a bun.
Hot dog and burger. It's
So
a
the U
sandwich.
the USDA says it is.
Wow. Okay. So the next time you go and order a hot dog there, Jeff, just go, hey, I like that hot What do you say? I like that hot beef sandwich. I like the
And wow.
USDA's definition for a sandwich. You go to McDonald's and you order a number two and you're like, hey, I'd like the two burger sandwich meals. And would they know what you're
Ah.
talking about?
Did you know that there's a National Hot Dog and Sausage Council?
Wow. I imagine
Oh,
it's a bunch of people that go into a room and they can't get out. And they probably have to use Crisco or butter to get in that room. Like, come on in, Henry. Come on in, Sally. We can all fit in here.
right?
It's probably
Yeah,
the warmest room in the world, and I'm sure it smells fantastic.
kind of like the Wienermobile. I have a feeling it's really warm in
See,
there.
I would love to drive the Wienermobile. That would
Me
just be fun.
too.
That would be
Yeah,
fun.
I've seen it a
Where are
few
you right
times
now?
in
I'm
my
inside the
life.
Wiener. Yeah, I have too. It's fantastic. Bucket list. Everybody's got to have goals. Everybody has to have dreams. Ours is to drive the
Ooh,
Wienermobile.
that's a good topic. Bucket list. Gotta write
Oh, I
that
thought you were going to
down.
say Wienermobile. I'm like, it's pretty simple. You either get in or get out. You're right around, Doc J. Come on. Maybe we'll have to see if we can do one of our podcasts from the Wienermobile.
Okay, Oscar
Bucket
Mayer.
list. Bucket list.
Oscar bucket
Yeah,
list.
Oscar Mayer, if you're on here, please take note. Doc J and
We
Coach C
want.
would love to ride around in the Wienermobile and do a
I thought you.
podcast.
I thought you were gonna say ride the wiener. What?
Well, that's where I was going to go, but I chose to keep it clean. Apparently, Doc J just went right down the dirty slide.
The
Nice
awkward
job, Doc J.
slide.
Yeah, nice job. Yeah,
Wait,
hey, Oscar
when did
Mayer,
we?
can we ride your delicious wiener? Good.
When did we be? When was this a clean podcast? Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, no, it's not anymore. All gloves are off. Now we're riding the wiener. Fan freaking tastic. Maybe my mom told me that, so I wouldn't eat them as a kid because she thought they were unhealthy. Sounds like your mom was smart, Jennifer. Sounds like your mom was smart. But Doc J, I now I really want to know if those council meetings, if they're recorded.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to watch and see what they talk about. Is it just
Mm-hmm.
like motion one, wieners, all in favor? Aye, aye, aye.
Well, they did. They tried to overrule the USDA, and so they officially declared as a council that the hot dog is not a sandwich, that it's a special category all its own.
Just
I'm telling
solving the
you.
world's freaking problems one by one. We got things going on over in Iran. We got the problems in different places, but you know what? We're fighting the council. We're fighting the USDA on this. It is not a sandwich. Very passionate about that too. I'm sure they probably made T-shirts. They might have picketed, with like hot dogs on a stick, and they're like, "This is not a sandwich. This is not a sandwich."
We invite you all to visit the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council. I put the link in here.
Maybe we'll do a podcast from the council.
Oh my gosh. This is something that I never knew existed. Wow. Wow. Fascinating. Okay.
Anywho, yeah. So hot dogs, huh?
Yeah.
I want to talk about something, Doc J, if you don't mind for a moment, because I know like there's folks on here that don't necessarily eat hot dogs, they don't eat meat, they don't eat chicken
Hmm.
and stuff like that. They eat vegetables. They
Hmm.
eat the vegetarian lifestyle. With your vegetables, do you buy fresh vegetables when you cook and use fresh vegetables only? Or do you use the
Hmm.
steam bag? Do you buy them frozen? What's everybody's take on vegetables? Because I know for me, I go the lazy way. I love fresh vegetables, but I go the lazy way of just throw it in the microwave for 5 minutes and then, open it up, burn my eyebrows off, and then put it in a bowl and some garlic, some butter, and just, go to town with a nice chicken breast or something, or hot dog sandwich. What's everybody's take on veggies? Do you do fresh veggies? Do you do frozen veggies? What's the pros and cons for or against? I'm curious to know what people's take are because I've heard people say sometimes when I say like a lot of times I don't use fresh vegetables, I just get the frozen. It's like you just told them like the biggest secret in the world, or you're the most disgusting person, and they're like, I can't believe it. You don't you buy them frozen? Like, well, yeah, they were once fresh. So
True.
curious what people's
Yeah.
take is on the vegetable
Yeah.
matter from the vegetable council of the
Yeah, like Jeff
USDA.
said, we do both. Yeah, fresh is best, but we also do canned too.
Hmm,
We'll
okay.
do anything. I love vegetables.
Now, what do you put on your vegetables? Share your recipe secrets with the world there, Doc J.
Lots of different things. Butter, sometimes just avocado oil, garlic powder, salt, pepper, turmeric, a lot of turmeric.
Wow.
hmm
I like
Jennifer
that.
says both, depending on what she's doing. Fresh for salads, of course, or toppings for sandwiches. Frozen maybe for
Okay.
like stir fry mixed with fresh. Yeah, I never buy frozen salad.
I like it. I like it.
Jennifer says steamers sometimes. Those are good. Yeah.
Yeah. Those steamed vegetables.
hmm
Yeah, I buy the steamed more often than not just because I can set it and forget it. And I don't have to cut it up, but I do love me some fresh vegetables. There's nothing like a little crunch. And if
hmm
you do steam your vegetables or you do cook your vegetables, do you like them crunchy or do you like them soggy? Because I know some people like them to be just mush
uh-huh.
and other people like them super crunchy.
I like them to have a little bit of a crunch for sure.
Okay. I can respect that. I like the crunch as well. Big fan of the crunch. There's just something satisfying about it. Makes you feel like you're eating something real,
Right?
right? You could pretend it's a Snickers bar or something. You're like, oh yes, peanuts and
Yeah.
caramel and everything's great. It's just so crunchy. Yeah,
Yeah. Chocolate covered
maybe.
broccoli.
There you go. Oh, now that sounds amazing. Now I want some fondue. Little chocolate fondue and some veggies.
Mm, okay. Well, I'll respect that.
Respect that. This is really awkward, but I'll respect it. Might have to rethink the decision to do a podcast with you, but that's okay. No, it's fine. Mm.
I, I'll try anything once. Like they have bacon covered or chocolate covered bacon at like
Oh yeah.
some like chocolate stores.
Yeah, that is another thing that's pretty freaking ridiculous. So good. That or like maple covered bacon. Ooh.
Oh
Anyway,
yeah.
we're not on a baking
No.
conversation, but just talking about delicious stuff here. Well, we got 10 minutes left here, Doc J. What else do you want to talk about as it relates to
Um
food and starting a food fight here?
breakfast anytime.
Mm.
Are you a
Oh,
rebel if you'll eat breakfast any time of the day, or is breakfast just breaking your fast from sleeping in the morning?
hmm. It's a good question.
hmm
For me, I've got to eat breakfast every morning. I've been doing it religiously for 30 plus, well, probably longer than that. Got to eat my breakfast.
But would you have breakfast for dinner?
Oh, 1,000%. Actually, my father and I, so I took him to his doctor's appointment today. And on the way back, we were talking about we passed Walker Brothers, and I'm like, and it was a Walker Brothers by their house, close in Arlington Heights that we usually used to go to for dinner. And I'm like, huh. I'm like, that place is never open for dinner. Well, I guess for cost savings and stuff because they weren't as busy for dinner, they closed it down
Mm.
for dinner, and they're just open through lunch. and I think they're open to like 2. And I'm like, that's really weird. Then how do you have breakfast for dinner? Are there
Right.
places out there that you can go for breakfast for dinner? Because if you look at places like there or First Watch or some of the other popular breakfast places, they all close at like 2 o'clock, like right after lunch.
Mhm. Yep,
Do
yep.
you do
I
you like
know.
breakfast for dinner?
I like it anytime. I like it better. I like breakfast foods or what is considered breakfast foods better later, like in the evening or lunch than I
Hmm.
do for breakfast.
Okay,
Yeah.
I
Like
like
I'm
it.
with Jennifer who said French toast for dinner. I love French toast.
Oh,
Yeah.
it sounds amazing. Sounds
But,
absolutely amazing.
there are, there's some like diners and such that serve breakfast all day. And then you got your
True.
Denny's and your IHOPs and I don't know who else, but they're open all day. But yeah, there's
Hmm.
a few of them that I wish were open for dinner because I'd go have breakfast at dinner time there at First
Oh,
Watch or something.
absolutely.
Pigs
It's
in a
kind of one of my
blanket.
go-to. Oh yeah, delicious. It's kind of my go-to dinner when I don't know what to cook. I will make an omelet
Yeah,
and throw a little bit of like turkey sausage or something like that in there, or a little bit of onions or whatever I've got, in my vegetable bin there. But yeah, I oftentimes go to eggs and like some kind of like wheat toast or something, just because it's super easy. And you also don't feel like you don't wake up in the morning feeling like, oh, or even go to bed feeling like, oh, I can't believe I ate that.
yep,
Whereas there's so many other worse choices. But yeah, I'm with you,
true.
Doc J. I could eat breakfast any time of the day. Absolutely love it. Probably my favorite food, my favorite meal. Um, yeah, absolutely delicious.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, Doc J, but I can't see the comments on here anymore.
So Jennifer is saying that she's had French toast for dinner many times. Jeff
Okay.
shared he's a rebel because he will eat breakfast foods anytime. Jennifer also shared that breakfast foods are her favorite meal to eat out, and that Island Lake Cafe does have breakfast, I guess, for dinner. And then
Okay.
she also shared omelets, yes, or breakfast burrito for dinner. So yeah, I think that we finally found something that some of the people that are watching are in agreement. Like it's valid. It's valid to have
Whoa, no
breakfast
way.
anytime.
So nobody needs to go to jail in this conversation. We finally have reached that
No.
point where everybody's out of jail. We're all having breakfast together, whether it's French toast or eggs or oatmeal or whatever you like to have for breakfast. Wow, that's a good roundabout place to finish up here, Doc J. Everybody in
Absolutely.
agreement. The world is in harmony. We're all holding hands, just singing a great song by the campfire. Wow, this is amazing.
It is. So a couple more things for food for thought. Think about, have you ever dipped your fries in a milkshake? Do pickles belong on everything?
Ooh,
Is burnt popcorn
well,
good? And do you drink soda with no ice? Those are things to ponder
mm,
until we have our next food fight.
mm. Good ponderance. I like that.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Well,
Doc J, should
yeah.
I tell him what we're going to talk about next week
Tell them.
on episode 13? Dun, 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 dun. We're going to do a would you rather next week. So
Mm-hmm.
things like, would you rather have coffee or tea? Would you rather your pants fall down in a crowded room or you shart yourself? Just would you rather? We're going to call it Chaos Edition number 1 or 1.0 and talk about, give you all choices to think about. And what
Mm-hmm.
would you pick? And there's not necessarily going to be a safe option for either one. You're going to have to really think about it and choose, kind of like today,
Mm-hmm.
going to jail or overthinking or whatever the case might be. There's going to be some hard decisions to be made. So stay tuned.
So
we'll
stay
get to it
tuned to
next week.
that. Remember, in Taste Court, you're entitled to your opinion, but it doesn't mean you're always right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Good night.
Life doesn't come with a script, and that life doesn't come with a script, and that's what makes it interesting. Real life, real laughs, real awkward. This might get awkward, real awkward.
Good night, everyone.